Welcome everyone to this week's Colorscope. My name's Elizabeth Harper. My website is sealedwithlove.com. So this week we have 3 colors from the Pantone collection. This is a system that every year they show which colors are going to be the most popular for the season. So there's spring, summer, and there's autumn, winter. So we have 3 colors from the different seasons. So what I'd like to do is use your intuition to select one of the following colors. So it's Scuba Blue. He said Scooby-Doo. Scuba Blue, and then there's Marsala and Oak Buff. So Scuba Blue, Marsala, and Oak Buff. Okay, so while you're thinking about that, while you're using your intuition, remember to subscribe to my love letter. Grab your free color kit, find out what your true colors are. You know, you can find out what your colors are in your name as well. And also remember that I will be at the Omega Institute very soon, in 2 weeks' time, maybe less than 2 weeks, depending on when you're watching this. So you can join me to train and learn about how to develop your intuition. And of course I have lots of goodies in my store. This is one of my new necklaces that will go into my store very soon. That's store.sealedwithlove.com. Okay, so I hope you will join me in lots of different things that I do. Let's get started with our colors. So the first color is Scuba Blue, right? So that color is a kind of a deep turquoise. You can imagine when you are just going into the water, into the beautiful water, and you're looking up. If you're scuba diving, you're looking up and you see the sunlight, and then you see this lovely kind of light and blue around you, and you get deeper and deeper into the dark blue and look up and see that beautiful blue around you. It almost looks like the kind of blue of the ocean around Bermuda, which is gorgeous, this gorgeous turquoise blue. Now, when I was looking online to see what they said about those colors, this particular one was saying that it's exciting and, you know, fun, etc. Turquoise, that particular turquoise is exciting because it's very vibrant. It kind of gets you moving. Turquoise comes between the heart and the throat. It's made with blue and green. So it's 2 blues and 1 yellow comes together as that beautiful turquoise color. So blue is a color of communication. Yellow is a color of power and coming out. So if we imagine, going back to that blue, that you're in the ocean, you're looking up to that yellow sunlight, then this is saying that you are looking up into the light. You may have been in an emotional turmoil, you may have been in a plateau, in a place where there's been a lot of silence, not much happening, but this is saying that you're going to find that light and you're going to move towards it. So something is changing for you for the better. There's also a sense of, you know, with this particular color, it's very fashionable, so there's a lot of fashion energy that's coming in. So it may be that you're changing the way you look, you're changing your style, you're changing your body, or just changing your attitude. It could be that you're changing the way that you think. So going from something that, hopefully going from something that's negative into something that's more positive. So it's that glass half full kind of energy. Let's see if anything else wants to come in. Yes, so we have also with this particular color is education. So you may find yourself gravitating towards wanting to learn something that will take you from this place of no action into a place of a lot more action. So, and into the light. So more information is coming in for you. So the cards that came up for you, let's put my glasses on here. I chose a mermaid card and of course a Voyager deck card. These are the Voyager deck. So the mermaid card is Waves of Prosperity. You see that? Get it out of the light. Waves of Prosperity. So it says new abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now. Isn't that lovely? I love those mermaids. Waves of Prosperity. So what's interesting with that is I feel like it's coming in because you're healing something. So as a consequence of that healing, it's almost like you're opening your heart up to receive. So then we have Woman of Worlds, Preserver. So take a look at that card and see if there's anything on it that most attracts you at this moment. Then ask yourself, what does that mean? What does that mean? And then that's an extra little message for you. So what I see in this is there's some, it's almost like food in the corner there. It's like a grapefruit. So it's half a grapefruit. So I'm feeling with that something is bittersweet, that you're sort of, you've kind of, again, it's like that glass half empty, half full, that you may just need to add a little sugar. It's just like something you need to add to something that's been maybe a little bit of a bittersweet moment for you, and maybe it's time to just see the positive side of that and notice what you've learned from it, what the experience is that you've gained from it. Because when you do that, it takes the energy out of it and it gives you the power back. All right. So our next, oops daisy, making everything move around. Our next color is Marsala. So Marsala is a kind of wine, right? It's a beautiful, deep burgundy color. So when I think of wine, I think of all the time it takes for it to develop, for it to mature. And if you open the bottle too early, then you've probably got vinegar or something, it doesn't taste as good. So with this, I'm seeing little sparks around me now. So with this, it feels like the color is saying, don't try to move too quickly on something. Don't try to take or put all your eggs in one basket. Don't try to make something blossom before it's time for it to blossom. So if you think of a flower, then if you try to open the petals of the flower up before it's ready to blossom, it won't be as beautiful. If you just allow it to blossom in its own time, then it's going to be perfect. It's going to be much better. So there's another sense with this particular color. It's an old energy. It's like burgundy, red, brown, all linked in together. And these are the kind of colors that you often see in old men's clubs and libraries, this kind of thing. Well, certainly in England, sort of old time antiques. So I feel that this is saying that there's some old energy that's coming up, but you may be learning something from it, or it could be that you're going to learn something about an event, an experience from the past. I'm also getting this sense of, it must be the time for schools, this for our ColorScope, but I'm getting the sense of you either going back to school or meeting an old school chum or some kind of link like that, but it's connected to your past, so it's not something that is brand new. Let's see if anything else wants to come in with that. I feel like there is, especially with the red. I'm getting the sense of, it's almost like there may have been some, we're not all going to be the same. There's a sense of some pain in your body, or you've been feeling a little bit lackluster, or your energy hasn't been quite like it usually is. And it just feels like you need to get some exercise. Red is a color of dance and movement. So it feels like you need to get moving as opposed to waiting for someone to get you moving. Yeah? Okay, that's it. So now the colors, the cards for you, and I'm saying, get moving, and now the card is saying rest. So how about having a rest and then get moving? You've been working hard, take a nap and get some rest. So that's kind of sweet, isn't it? But I do still feel with this, because this person's in an egg, it's almost like in a little space, getting some rest, but I also feel that lackluster energy, you need to get that moving as well. So have a rest and get moving all at the same time. So your Voyager deck card is the 9 of Worlds, and it's called Harvest. So take a look at that card, see if there's anything you're most attracted to, then ask yourself, what does that mean? What does that mean? So when I look at this, I see the squirrel, and the nine of Pentacles, the 9 of Worlds, is usually a card which is about abundance, prosperity, lots of wonderful things coming in for you. The squirrel is gathering things up. So again, there's this sense of bringing information in, maybe bringing in money, maybe bringing in new friends as well. There's a sense of new friends that comes in with this. But I also feel there's a link to your past. Again, there's that sense of a link to your past and bringing that energy into the now as well. I also feel with this that there's some kind of a prize, gift, celebration, something like that that's coming up, where you're either given something or you've achieved something. There's something around that. It feels really lovely. There's a very nice sense to this. So this is an interesting week for you. So you might have that little bit of a rest and also to get moving as well, to get your body moving. All right, so our final color is, what is that? It's Oak Buff. So Oak Buff, when I looked at the color online, it was a kind of a golden yellow, mustardy sort of color. And of course you think of oak trees. If you were to take the bark off the oak tree, or you cut the oak tree, then that's the kind of color, that sort of golden color that's in there. So I feel with this, especially with the name of oak, you know, oaks hold, all trees hold memories. They hold the memory of the land, the memory of the community. So there is a sense in this of getting together with other people in your community, everyone kind of linking in, maybe a party time, maybe it's just saying hello, you know, there's just, it feels like a connection with community that comes with this particular color. Yellow that's linking in with this is the solar plexus, and that's your power center. So it's saying that you are being empowered this week. So it could be that you're being helped by people in your community or your friends and your family, and they are supporting you with something that you're doing. I also feel that you're getting stronger as well with this particular color. You know, oak, it's like the oak tree, the roots going into the earth. So you are becoming stronger, more confident. Your self-esteem is going up. Maybe you're spreading yourself out like a tree as well. And I feel like your finances are going to be a little more solid and stable. And I also feel like your diet is stabilizing out. Something around diet as well is kind of shifting. So I don't feel like you're changing your diet, and you might be, but it doesn't feel that way. It just feels like something is stabilizing out. So it could be that you're just finding what is right for you. And the final thing that's coming in is almost that sense of, because of the tree name, the oak and the buff, that it would be good to hug a tree this week. It would be just good to be in nature, be out in the forest, connect to your favorite tree, and ground yourself. You know, when you're grounded, you're in the present moment. When you're in the present moment, then you can allow wonderful things to come into your life. Because you're there, you're ready, you're waiting for it. Let's just see if there's anything else that wants to come in. Because of those rings of the tree, I get this sense of journaling as well. So it could be that it's time for you to begin to journal, or to create a diary, or to write a blog online about your life and your movement through life. So, you know, from where you are right now and your journey. And that journey may help other people too. Okay, so now let's see what the color, I keep saying that, don't I? Let's see what the cards are for you. So you've got Ready, Set, Go. It says, now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desires. How lovely. So that's kind of interesting, because there's a mermaid on a killer whale's back. Yikes. So there's almost a sense with that it could be a little bit dangerous, but you have to live on the edge, right? You've got to start moving, and yeah, tread that water. Why not? So then the other card is Child of Worlds, and this is Player. I don't know if you can see that at the top. I keep trying to get the light on there, light off of there. So take a look at that card, see what you are most attracted to at the moment, and then ask yourself, what does that mean? What does that mean? So when I look at this, there's a guy right there with skates on, and you see there's a flame behind the skates, and it's a flame that I see. So I feel like with this, it's the same thing, that it's get moving. start having a good time, and that's connected with the yellow as well. It's time to sort of open up and connect with your community, maybe network. It could be about networking as well for you. Feels really good. It does. It's a fiery week for you. All right, so now we have a color for all of us. The color for all of us is blue and white. I picked this from one of my Orosoma decks. So this is called Lao Tzu and Kuan Yin. And Lao Tzu and Kuan Yin, they're very much about balancing the male and female, compassion, love, kindness, that kind of thing. So, and also abundance as well, but not money abundance. This is an abundance of beautiful things coming into your life. So this is a lovely week, a very nice week. But with the blue can be about authority figures. So you may find that you're a little bit challenged this week with maybe reaching out to people that you might not think you're good enough to connect with, or reaching out to people that are a figure that you look up to, and it may be a little bit scary for you to do that. Yeah, it could be about your parents as well. Maybe there's something you need to say to your parents. No matter what it is, it's about communication, and it links in with authority figures. This clear energy is an opportunity to really shift some energy around that, really shift some fear around that. So then we got one card, which is protection. Let's put my glasses on to see what that says. I'm sure you can see it. So it says, you, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. That's lovely. It's always nice to know that you're protected. And what's interesting to me is that it's blue and it's white there. Blue and white. So that blue and white energy is coming in again to say it's okay. You can reach out, you can communicate, you can say your piece, you are protected. So then I pulled a card, but two wanted to come out. So we have Hanged Man. This is very much about letting go. And then we have the world, the universe, and this is very much about success and completion. So this is saying letting go of something will help you to come to this place of completion, and we can move on. So if you want to look at those and see if there's anything that most attracts you, and then ask yourself, what does that mean? So when I look at the Hangman, I see this little, what would that be called? Like a vortex. It's almost like water, isn't it? Going round and round and round. So I feel like something's going down the drain. You're moving it out, which is good. And then I focused on this. And it almost looks like the same image, but it's much prettier, and it's like energy. And that's the image on the back of the card. So I feel that this is saying that something is completing, you're letting go of something, that the authority figure energy, it could be something to do with that. You know, you might interpret it in a different way. But once you've moved past that point, it's almost like the sky is limitless. You're totally open to something new, which is great. Okay, so that's it for this week's Colorscope. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please share it with your friends if you did. And let me know in the comments below if the messages resonated, and maybe what you got for your own interpretation. What came up for you, I would love to know. Remember, my website is sealedwithlove.com, and I will see you next week. Lots of coloricious blessings. Bye.